I've gone back and forth with a couple of people on why this stuff is so important. Like why like the messages you send to kids are so important. I don't know if you ever saw this program, but this came out. This is like late '70s, early '80s. This was called Rickety Rocket. Were you ever familiar with the show?
A little bit, yes.
To me, this is one of the prime examples of like socially programming people, because what you're doing is you're associating these kids with, even if you were to achieve, you are going to be in, this is your representation, right? Like you wouldn't see any other group of people in a ship that had big lips and was wood, and you know what I'm saying? It was just, it's completely unworthy of what, you know, what the actual endeavor would be. And this is intentional. This isn't by accident that you show kids this message. What do you think? What do you think about how I'm interpreting this?
No, it's absolutely correct. But see, you know, okay, so the teaching is that this is just how Black people should see themselves.
Right. Exactly.
Black people should see themselves as being the best.
Yes. Yeah.
As being people of excellence.
Right.
As being people, right,
Mm-hmm.
of this type of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
right, that we're up right where the genius levels, where the creators are, where the scientists are,
Right.
where the
Right.
scholars.
Right.
This is the mentality
Yeah.
of Black people.
Yeah.
Okay, throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is a very low level of thinking.
Yeah. It
Okay?
expresses that. Yes.
Okay, and this represents, if you see this, it's almost like you're not of excellence. You're not
Right.
of scientific creativity.
Right.
You're not of this level. You're more like a lower level of thinking.
Right.
You're, right, and it's a programming that you're not even on that level.
Right.
You're not even, right?
Yes.
It's a completely different type,
Yes.
I would have to say, of a paradigm shift of thinking.
Yes.
Because as far as that is concerned, to me, that's not very professional. That's not people who are intelligent.
Right.
Not people who are, right. To me, that's a poor way of teaching someone.
Yeah, you're teaching them something. You're teaching accepting, like you said, a lower status, right? Like that's going to be their version of it, and it's going to be nice. We're going to have our version, right? Separate but not equal. Again, like a societal thing, and this is how they represent it. And I always thought that imagery is so very dangerous, especially young kids, because that starts to formulate like your ideas about, you know, social constructs.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
And this is why when I see that, okay, that is far from something like the Black Panther.
Right. Right.
That is right. Okay.
Right.
You see, that is a
Right.
completely
Right.
different. Okay. Okay. You
Yeah.
see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone like Memnon.
Right.
Okay. This is a completely different.
Right. Right. Thank you.
A huge person that changed history, like Boss Reeves,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Of Oklahoma. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Completely different type of thinking. This is
Yeah.
a whole. It's not even. This is not us.
Yeah. It's not us. It's
Okay.
not us.
Okay, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. When you see that, no. But as a kid, you thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's when you're most vulnerable.
Of
That's
course.
when it's more, you know what I'm saying? That's actually when it's most impactful.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you just subconsciously start, like you said, like, you know, we've been doing a lot of talking about like, talking about AI, we've been talking about like the human consciousness, and a lot of what you've been breaking down in terms of the Medinecha is about consciousness, right?
100%. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, and that ties into how our brain, whatever our consciousness is, our brains interpret things a certain way. You have a conscious mind, you have a subconscious. And your subconscious is very dangerous because it doesn't filter out things the way that your conscious brain does. So your subconscious allows other ideas to get into your head that you might not otherwise have allowed. And especially if you mask it with something like cartoon images. You think this is harmless, but it's actually a very significant message.
Well, it's subliminal.
Yeah, subliminal.
Okay,
which was
yeah,
rampant in this country for a long time. Subliminal messaging was so rampant they had to stop. They had to pass legislation to make them stop doing it.
of course,
Yeah.
because that's how you're able to get people to do things. I mean, this is a powerful image of what we should be looking like.
See, and that casts a whole different
See,
thing, right?
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, this,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
See, you see something like that, that is of excellence.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, of
Right.
high moral character.
Right.
Okay, let me just share something with you about the power of subliminal messaging.
Yes, please do.
Okay, when I was a kid, okay, I was taken to a movie to see Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
After I saw that movie, do you know I had nightmares for about a week?
Oh
I could
yeah.
not even believe, right?
Yeah.
The movie, right,
Yeah.
was long over.
Yeah.
Okay, but okay, thank you. But the subliminal messaging was so
Yeah.
powerful; it lasted
was.
for days.
Yeah. It
right?
was. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole idea behind that, dude, was so strong.
Yeah.
You don't even realize it.
Right.
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 That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that right there is one example,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
of the power of subliminal messaging.
Right.
Okay. Another side of it is when I was about 11 or 12 years old, right, I went down to the theater and saw all the Bruce Lee films.
Right.
That type of thinking, but was a programming that lasted throughout a kid's childhood. All the kids want to see Bruce Lee.
Right.
Right. But but the idea of that type of programming, that type of message, that type, people don't see the behind thing.
Right.
Right. And so what I'm saying is it all depends on the type of messages that they're sending.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's very important.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The sounds of a horror movie like that was dude, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
I could not even sleep at night.
Right.
I wanted to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
I couldn't turn the lights off. Couldn't sleep in the dark.
Yeah.
That type of programming is how powerful something is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is because good filmmakers understand things like that. They understand how to take you emotionally through a ride and pull the ones who are good at it. Right, the ones who understand story structure are excellent at doing that, and you're right. That film was terrifying the way it was presented.
Oh man, it lasted, man. I'm telling you, I didn't want to see that movie after that for a long time.
Yeah. No, I had to watch it in the daytime the first time I saw it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it.
So I mean, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is why you have to. I mentioned again. I said this a couple times.
Yeah,
but a person has to understand. You know, we teach this in our classes about how to weaponize your mind. You have to learn to adapt.
Yeah.
Okay. To all different types of psychological warfare.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're dealing with.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. In psychological warfare, I'm telling you, it has turned the tides of battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Even in the ancient times. Okay. This is what made Menkheperre Tehuti so powerful.
Right.
He deployed psychological warfare to where his enemies ended up submitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how powerful something is. Think about Hannibal. Think about some of these other people who have done psychological warfare on the battlefield that has turned the tides of battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, because of that very reason. Something so terrifying, you don't even want to fight it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I just wanted to just kind of go there for a moment.
Yeah.